Hello and welcome to this little corner of the marketplace where we are sitting watching a street performer along with Helga Rock Smasher on the tom-toms, recovering a little bit in between quests. We just took level 6 after the expedition to the Tangleroot Gorge, and hopefully it wasn't too painfully long for you, the fact that we ran through the whole chain, because I was thinking of doing something a bit different this time as well, and doing the marketplace chain instead of just one big quest. I thought we could do a series of little ones, as we have once or twice in the past. Level 6 has brought us some pretty good upgrades. We have a couple of nice items to wear. You'll recall the necklace was a kind of a placeholder anyway, with just a sapphire of luck on it. It was a caster's thing, wasn't it, the amber pendant? Well, now this thing is going to do us pretty well, I think. That Relentless Fury looks good for extra damage. Seeker is very nice because we've lost it now from our boots, which is the other item I've replaced. And Sapphire of Resistance for the saves. The boots, that by the way comes from the prequel to the Isle of Dread chain, which is the level 6 quest in the hut from beyond in the harbour. I forget what that's called, but it's the only Isle of Dread related one that's in there. I think there are just 3 items that drop in that quest, so it's a fairly easy farm if you decide it's an item you might quite like. And the other one, the boots, come from, I think it's kind of a big deal in the 12. Well, several nice things for us on here. We have dodge anyway on the armour, so that's not really a thing, but electric absorption and resistance is nice, so we now have a decent electric resistance there. And there's a Sapphire of Heroism in there, which drops in the Feywild, which means I don't have to keep chugging those heroism potions. All was on, +2 to saves, and our saves, as you can see, 20s in at level 6 heroic. I think that's more than respectable, so that's great, especially bearing in mind that one, the reflex, is being used for our evasion. We're still wearing a level 1 ring just for the small bonus to melee power, because I've not found anything else more compelling to put in there. Same goes for the gloves. A couple of little Mythic and Reaper bonuses, because I haven't found anything else that I particularly fancy in that slot. But these two are very nice upgrades. So we're approaching max speed now, and talking of speed, we got another speed boost from leveling as a monk at 6, so we should be running around pretty fast now, which is going to be great. The key issue, you might recall that we had a bit of an issue generating key, because lighting the candle imbue is reducing our key generation. Well, now the third core, as well as giving us these bonuses, melee power, fire resistance, PRR, bonus imbue dice, we have +2 key each time we hit a creature. So we're actually in a better place than we were starting out, and we were generating loads of key then. So I should be able to go back to what I was doing before, just hitting the Fist of Light every time it's off cooldown, which will give us a bit more damage, plus healing from just about every opponent that's in front of us, so that's great. We're making our way up towards 20 points in this tree, so we can have a look at these tier 4s. I've not bothered going into these elemental damages yet. Excuse me. Because, well, things are it might be alright for a boss, but things at the moment are dying fairly quickly. So vulnerable and that kind of thing, I don't think we need to be spending anything in there right now. I think we've probably got better places we could spend our points. I'm in the short term, I think I'm going to be looking to open this next level for that one maybe, and this looks good as well. Well centered, you and nearby party members gain a 10 exceptional bonus to spell power, 5 to hit, 5 melee and range power, so that looks pretty good. You've got to take that one as a primer for that, but that's not terrible. 1 dodge cap. Actually, that's not amazing. I suppose the dodge cap is nice when you're up at the top levels and you cap. That might be nice if you'll be taking this anyway, because I'm sure people will want that focus thing. Ability score. I suppose for the time being we could take strength in there. We're running off strength, remember, at the moment. Still, stats wise, our strength is still outstripping our wisdom, but that's probably because I haven't invested anything in a wisdom item at the moment. There's no real point doing it if we're not using it at the moment for hit and damage. We stopped by the gatekeepers to pick up a reward for favour for +2 concentration, which is nice to help our standing level of key. Concentration now up to 27 according to that. Adept of Forms at level 6 gives us an extra bonus on whatever stance we happen to be in. As far as I can tell, the sun one is not really that affected. I think it's just that on critical hit you generate more ki, which does tally quite well with one of the feats that we took. Can I show you? We got 2 at this level. Where is he? There. This Swords to Plowshares is something I only became aware of recently when our bear, who has a Bard War Chanter, used it on a single weapon fighting character. As far as I can gather, it's something that got put in to encourage the use of weapons that were used less in the game, to kind of equalise the playing field, if you will, between builds that were underused or unloved and some of the more favoured things, like let's say the falchion maybe. So here we can see we have a 2 morale bonus to critical threat range with quarterstaves. So instead of critting only on a 20, you can see now we are critting on 18 to 20. So that's already quite a bit better, because we have things that that go off critical hits, if you'll recall. Our imbue thing, an additional 1d6 force damage on crit. And I think that's boosted up by every dice, isn't it? We've got 3 extra imbue dice there in these cores now, so that's nice. So yes, looking through the adaptive forms, I don't think the strength one changes that much. The one I like the look of is the one I think we are going to be changing into when we switch towards wisdom based. +2 wisdom, +6 dodge, now that's huge. +4 dodge cap, again huge, so you're going to be pushing the miss chance up higher. And I can see that goes higher. Look at with Grandmaster of Forms, 12 dodge, 8 dodge cap, and +5 on all saves. Wow. And +4 wisdom. Yeah, that's looking like a real nice one to have, isn't it? But for the moment we're in the strength thing. The other feat we took, which you might have seen already at the bottom of the list, the shuriken related one, the 10,000 stars. So my plan there would be, when we want to do some ranged, we hit the 8 key, enable the shuriken, number 7 for the 10k stars, and just fire away. So +1 ranged power per wisdom at the moment. That would give us some, I think, 22 ranged power. 5 double shot per monk class level, so we would have 30 double shot. So 22 ranged power and 30 double shot, and immediately our shuriken would stop being totally horrible, I think. Now, unfortunately, as you'll recall, we didn't find the shuriken I was looking for in the Shantikor end chain list. So the next chance I think we've got to find a decent one is the Snow Star in the Sorodusk Isle. So that'll tally well with doing slightly different things this life. We're going to do the Sorodusk chain, and maybe I can do that as the Tangle Route one, because they're all quite quick quests. Just do it as a bit of a longer episode and record the whole thing. You can always skip through it if you just want to see the preamble and then not too bothered about the quests. Okay, so that's the feat selection, the stances. I was wondering about this here. I wonder what your opinion is on this. It's let's put the quarterstaff back in. It's very apparent to me that defense is so much more important than when you're wandering around as a caster not being hit. This build has to be hit to hit itself, and with that in mind, I seriously considered swapping this cloak out, although it's giving us 5 accuracy and 3 deadly. That's bonus damage. We have no other source of either on our gear, but I would have really liked to put the Mimic Cloak in for 5 DR, the Sticky Guard, which would impede enemies on occasion, and what else is there on that? I can't remember, but the 5 DR was the big thing, because we've lost our 5 DR from the invulnerable robe that we were wearing. And we won't get any DR item, I don't think, now until 11, when we get the super boots, the golden greaves, which I absolutely love. So I was wondering about that. In the end, I stuck with the offense, and we're going to rely on the power of our heal. I would like to make more use of the healing key move, because I noticed in the Tangle Route recording I so often ignored the chance to use that and did a potion instead, so that was a bit of a shame. I think that's about it for the preamble. So 6, to use my phrase, is kind of a big deal for this build. 2 nice new gear items, 2 super new feats. So we're going to be critting a lot more now with the quarterstaff, with that swords to plowshares feat. So looking forward to testing it out. So yes, we're going to do all the quests in the marketplace here. I don't necessarily do them in order, I just go to whoever I see first. So we've got Guardcade here. Telling us to go in there. Dirty laundry, okay. So remember, with a Reaper, it's quite straightforward. It's going to be Reaper Strike and Quick Strike, and just hope for the best. Or we could experiment, equip the Shuriken if the Reaper is at distance, and do the 10,000 stars and see if we can, like if it's a Carnage, see if we can eliminate it from distance. I just don't trust these default Shuriken. But then again, we have our Imbue working with those as well. What is the crit? You see, only crits on a 20, that Shuriken. The Snow Star would be a completely different matter. Now that crits on a 16 to 20, I think. And bear in mind, our Imbue does bonus force damage every time there's a crit, so that could make our shuriken quite potent.
The of the shiny shilling is tastefully decorated in the style of a small yet successful storm-reaching
Jump. Our
Henshin
jump is
syndicate.
at 30 now, so that's not terrible. Actually, even if a Reaper doesn't
As
come
you
up,
rush
I'm
through
going to
the
make
countless
full use of
legions
the
of
Reaper
Henshin
strike here. We're not messing about here, people. Very nice activation of the freezing thing. Let's keep going while we've got Reaper strike on.
across the
Go straight for
rapidity
the
of
caster
horses,
if we can.
swing sharply, covering the mighty launderer's escape.
Beautiful, beautiful, people.
The false bookcase swings open, revealing the dimly lit corridor on the other side.
I think there's a spot of lag there. Also a tasty spot of damage. Look at us go. Yeah. Okay.
The door ahead is barricaded. The mighty launderers must have prepared well for this day. Down the gloomy corridor, you hear the motions of guards
Nothing
alert
there,
for
is there? Okay.
intruders.
Let's trigger the boost again. Look at that double strike. 156 damage. Beautiful.
A storehouse of
Keep
elusive
going like that. Relentless fury going off. Oh, let the damage begin. We've turned a corner here, people, haven't we?
Look like legitimate foes.
Wow. I can't kill them fast enough. Bring more. Then again, as we well know, we're only as good as when the next Reaper comes. Now there's a barrel here somewhere, isn't there? Up at the top there. Test our jump skill out. You get a little optional XP if you open the doors with using the barrels. Also, there are more enemies in this room, or in the end rooms, if you don't do the barrel thing. Mike, one breakable as a tribute to you, matey. Mike's been running a few quests with us, with the bear party, and he's very insistent on breaking all the boxes. So I happily leave him to it, because it's really not my thing. Okay, where's the barrel? Up there, look. Can we not jump up there? Oh yes, nice. So you probably wouldn't do it just for the XP, but the added bonus of not having the extra enemies in there is quite nice.
The accountant's fate demonstrates the folly of associating with the Sharn Syndicate.
Okay, on to the next one. I don't know if there's a shuriken as a reward in this one. I guess we'll find out. Anything's better than these little default things. Okay. Now I know it's old content and it's only Reaper 1, but we are having to melee these things. And we're doing really nicely, I think. Let's go and find the next one. I would like to know if our healing key finisher can heal other people, because we're going into a quest here where the NPCs are going to need healing on occasion, aren't they? If we can heal others with this would be awesome. Mikey, on this occasion, I'm going to Yuma you and do the breakables, because there's not too many, I don't think. Come on. And I wonder if the Fist of Light helps the other people as well. What happens if somebody else hits the target? Right, let's try it. Healing key on max. Yes, so you can... Oh! Oh, it heals everybody in the area, that's right. So as long as I'm standing next to them... Oh, we could do with helping Rance. Could we give him a healing hand? Maybe we'd better save that for a worse circumstance than this. Okay, what have we got? Don't you be disappearing, oh my god. Is everybody okay? Now Maxwell is, for those of you who haven't done this quest, Maxwell is the one you absolutely need to keep alive. Rance, if he dies, you just lose an optional bit of XP. The standard tactic, I think, is to park a hireling up here next to Maxwell, just to make sure he doesn't, nothing silly happens to him. See, the things are dying so quickly, we're not having a chance to get any healing from... Oh, let's heal Rance here. There we go. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. I think there's an archer up there with Maxwell, isn't there? That's not good. How are you doing? Oh, you're not good. Okay. Healing hand. Healing key. Rance, you're gonna have to make do. Oh, is he? I think, was he okay? I don't know. I'm gonna focus on Max, because if Max dies, the whole quest is a fail. Where is Rance? I would like to do the healing key on Rance if we can find him. Where is he? Is he dead? No. Everybody got some. Perfect. Rance is still a bit dodgy. This is my least favourite, probably everybody's least favourite quest of the chain. First of all, because you're having to wait around for things to appear. Secondly, because there's a fail condition attached to the keeping the NPCs alive, which I'm never particularly a fan of. Just wait just long enough for my Reaper double strike buff to wear off, the buggers. Come on people, today. Ah,
It's the nefarious Sharn Syndicate under
get
Lord
him.
Slam's crush. If he's the one after the saloon, then ending him will end the threat. Dust
Sent the
settles
healing
over
key
the
in there.
ruins.
Is that everything?
Sharn Syndicate
Great
attack
stuff.
of her form.
Kept the two alive.
The
Happy
sniper
days.
brothers are left standing.
And I like the potential of that healing key thing for AOE for friends as well. That's nice. I like the fact that we weren't having to use potions there. Now, one of you mentioned that at 12 maybe I'm supposed to change from that to a dark thing or something. Will I maybe lose this Fist of Light? I don't like the thought of losing that unless it's for a better heal. Okay. Oh yeah, there are some clickable items as rewards here, just like random things, so well worth a check on these lists, and another reason to do this chain. That's not something I'm particularly looking for, although our sonic resistance is derisory. Hopefully we won't come up against too much sonic stuff. That one we're not doing. That's the red, is it Red Willow's thing? That's the one with all the traps, the level 3 one. We're not going to do that one. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll throw you a little bonus one in, this one with all the troglodytes. It's not part of the marketplace chain, but I always do it anyway, freshen the air. Okay. I'm looking forward to not having to watch anything to do with mana here, I must say, because this can be a fairly mana intensive quest.
As the sewers open into a larger space, you can hear Claude scrabbling over the stone surface.
Go away, Red Crown. Now, where are we at stats wise here? We've got armor class 44, so we could be attracting some missed chances from that, as well as our blurry item. Fortification's good enough that we're gonna... Ooh, wait. Well done, we outlasted them. So that was the... I got the 2 double strikes going, and just hoped to kill him before he killed me. I want to do the healing key, but I don't have it active now. Okay. We're still classed as being in combat, aren't we now? Healing key. So yes, the healing key unfortunately is nerfed by the Reaper mode very clearly, but the incoming heals from the Fists of Light when you target something and that white symbol appears are not nerfed by Reaper. I wish it was the other way around in many senses. But that's a nice heal. When we get a chunky one that lasts a bit, we get a nice quarter of healing. And look at the key. Look at the key bar now. There's a definite argument to be said for I should be making more use of that, doing more things with it. Maybe throwing some key bolt in or something like that. some double strike going in because I think we have quite a few opponents we're going to be coming face to face with here. Let's just go around the perimeter, try and take these things out as quick as we can and get the hell out of here. Oh, no dungeon alert, please. Oh, Reaper. Tried to hit him with the healing thing. Tried a little bit to use the opponents to mask us from him as well. We're going to have to face him sooner or later. Yes, well done. Well done, people. Happy days. Let's not die now to some... Oh, we've got some kind of damage over time there. Who's doing that? Let's try the old healing hands. Let's do a regenerate cookie as well. There's some kind of crown hitting us with that because we have fairly decent resistances, so...
The last of the mountains. Fresh air begins to flow into the room from the clear
Okay,
depths.
let's get out of here. I think that's probably the toughest section. Fear Reaper is probably our favourite one, as long as we're not miles away from it. Just go and cuddle it, and generally it's alright. So we're not going through that doorway, we're going through the next one to get to a place where we can... Oh God! Want to get to a place we can defend here. We're going to be absolutely surrounded though. This would have been a really good shout for a blade barrier. Healing key. Get that damn caster. Healing hands if we have any left. No. Oh, come on. I was a bit silly. I took on too much. Healing potion? No. Took on too much. I really should have been more circumspect in here and done less sort of running around. So this is the path to the end fight. There is a shrine. I think there is a shrine through this next bit if we can... It's a very tall order to make it to there though. Oh, come on. Didn't have a shield thing activated. Actually, it might not be a tall order. Okay, we could be back in business here. If we can just get rid of these before we die, we might have a chance here. Okay. So yeah, that was 100% my fault for not taking it steady enough. Could have just gone nice and slow, eliminated the things, and we wouldn't have had that issue. It was just weight of numbers in the end that got us. But just for once, I knew where the shrine was, because that's quite unusual for me in most quests. So let's have a rest here and see what we can do. We're almost at the end. That passage, for those of you who don't know the quest, the passage we died on was at the end. My idea was to try to get to somewhere a bit defensible, to get out of, you know, being in the open. But I ended up blundering into that second group and we got into a right mess, didn't we? So I think there was probably some dungeon alert in there as well, which certainly didn't help. Let's just heal ourselves up. Look at this, 45 from a... oh, 50, around 50, isn't it, from a healing potion. Cure serious. That's a ridiculous amount of healing amp we are toting in this life. This one would have actually been a nice one to test the go on, we'll do it for the purposes of experimentation. I'd say that's pretty good, isn't it, compared to the crap that we normally do with the shurikens. So for tricky faraway targets, look, we're getting some double shots in. There's a definite argument for saying in the middle of the room to avoid a death from these casters. I should have made use of that. And that's with the crappy shuriken. I was having such a good time with it, I forgot which way we were supposed to be going. Now we've lost the bonus now, haven't we? So what, that 10,000 stars is on a relatively short cooldown, but does cost key to activate, so we need, is it 20 key? Yeah, which at the moment, the way we're generating key is fine. So that could be a thing, that could be a really fun element to the game. If I can get a half decent shuriken, even more so. Like here, we could have tried a 10,000 stars and got them coming towards us. So note to self, never really engage with the shuriken without that thing active. I think the two are meant to be together, aren't they? Whoa, double shot there. Let's get the double strike boost going. There's a crown there. Nice. Okay, revenge is sweet. I think now we just have to go on towards the end. Happy days. Right. So that was a little optional extra that cost us a painful death. This one is the one that when you turn it in can give you the runic trinket, which is a very nice level 2 trinket for aspiring casters to use. Plus 1 DC on all spells and plus spell power, which is tasty. Ironically, if I had equipped the DR5 cloak, the mimic cloak, as we were discussing, maybe we could have avoided that death. I'm super happy at how the 10,000 star experiment went, I must say. I remembered that being on a much longer cooldown, and now they've got it more related to key than this big long cooldown. So more or less when we want that, we can probably have it available. And if we want to do like one after the other, we probably can as well. Now, do ranged shots generate key? I'm guessing not, because we finished with a fairly low amount of key after the first 10,000 stars. Now, notice the crits on here are doing force damage, and this thing doesn't like the force damage. So those crits are coming in very handy here. Keeping the quick strike going for the extra double strike. I'll hit the double strike again. Hello. The take some beating up these, but we'll get there.
House Kundarak uses only the finest Kanet crystals to protect its vaults. Normal weapons can chip one
I
down.
end up having to attack the guards in the second one and not do the optional to complete it without attacking, because if I don't attack them I don't get enough kills to complete the Reaper bonus side of the quest. What have we got there? We need 4 more, yeah.
It seems the bank alarm has drawn the city guard. Will you need to kill these guards in order to escape?
Oof, nasty crit, red ground. We've got the healing thing on him now, so hopefully we can do alright there. Yeah, he was tough. That's a super nice example of a best use of the healing thing, when somebody's really standing up to you and it's hit after hit, but you're also regaining health for each hit. About devotion spell power, I was wondering which aspect of our heals were affected by that, if any. Obviously healing amp helps, but does positive spell power? I mean, it'll improve our healing hands, won't it? But what about all this key move? I guess, does that benefit from positive power? And this one probably not, does it? I guess. I think we should probably find... What could we do? I can't really sacrifice the Snow Peak Ruby because that's doing a damn good job for us. Maybe on one of these ring slots we could get some positive spell power going on, because I think that would benefit us. Where's the positive 48? Yeah. We'd like, well, I'll tell you what we should do. We should try see if we can find anything in the auction house, and we're looking in rings, jewelry, rings, devotion. That's alright. Perfect level for us. Let's get that. And see if that makes any kind of difference. So no runic trinket this time. Right, let's get to the old mailbox, pick this thing up and do a little experiment. So what can we do? Lay on hands without the spell power, 229. Oh, you have an extra bag slot for us now. Oh, we've got to go to the harbour with the portable hold thing, right? Okay. So let's equip this ring and see what's happening here. So positive's up to 93 now. Not a massive gain, was it? But still. And the lay on hands now exactly the same. So that's not, by the looks of it, that's not affected at all by positive spell power. So I guess that's a benefit. We don't have to gear for that by the looks of it. Okay, let's get on and do the next one. Now this has long been the bane of my life, the Trappy quest. However, on this build I'm totally looking forward to wandering through everything. Now you have two choices, you can go through the main doorway or you can go up here through the window area. For those of you who've not done the quest before, the objective is to free several members of the Binder family from the from the laggish hell that they are in. I think pulling these might disable some of the traps, I'm not quite certain. Get the old double strike on. Hello, Mr. Caster. Oh, there's a crown coming. Come on then if you're coming. Are you coming or not? Okay. You stay there then. Hello, hello. And that's where we would like freedom of movement. We just walked right through that trap, which would have scythed me in half on a character without evasion. We could always roll a 1, so I should be more careful. Poison antidote.
Plucky elderly woman looks like she's giving the Sharn Syndicate a hard time. She must be the matriarch of the village.
Happy days. I have never breezed through that in such fashion. Never. Welcome to the happy world of evasion. Wow. There's an optional to escort some of the people to the oh, come on, lag. An optional to escort some of the people to the exit, but for the purposes of saving time and not boring you too much, I won't do that. They can find their own way out now we've butchered anything. That was awesome. It reminds me of my heady days as an alchemist with my main character when I was just, because they get evasion at 12, I was just sort of walking over all the traps. Now here, look, we've got 2 possible clickable items, both of which are useless to us, but just goes to show what you can find in these reward lists. If I could find something of invisibility, I would be absolutely delighted. So that's another reason to run this chain at the low levels. You can only run the chain at the low levels, by the way, and I've just ended up with egg on my face trying to jump up there, haven't I? Okay. Should teach me one of these days to keep my mouth shut in the last quest. That spider that chased us halfway across the map when I was saying it was a quick quest. So this one we just have to find the key down here at the bottom.
So this is what a life of crime and corruption can purchase. All the more for you to smash while searching for the Storm Reaver's fresco.
Now these are nice quick quests, so I'm throwing the double strike Reaper bonus thing in straight away. Actually, we might be able to do something else up here at the top, might we? Just thinking, for those of you who know this, you know all these things are trapped up here. 4 clicks on each rune wheel. Solutions, I think, are hidden in some of the rooms. So these, yeah, you're meant to, if you don't know, you're meant to examine the things, look at the clues, and based on the feedback, choose which item to take, because you've got to take one to progress the quest, but we're going to try to use our evasion and just take the item. Happy days. if I happen to roll a 1 or something goes wrong, we could die horribly. I should probably move after taking it. Yeah, there you go. Something went wrong there. Although not disastrously so. But if something goes really wrong, I think we could end up dead at here. Yeah, look, it's not worth risking like that. There's so many of them that go off. I should show you how to do it properly. So let's do that. So what you're supposed to do is have a look, like with strength, it's telling us resulting in fire would fill the room, so let's leave that alone. I think these things are going to come to life, aren't they? Yeah. They're good candidates for using the healing fist thing against, because they seem to last for a long time. So, well, if it doesn't give you any meaningful feedback, just look at the item again and try a different option. No. And there you go, it's saying this looks like it will open the door in the room, so that's the one we want. And boss, he's a prime candidate to use the healing thing on. Beautiful. That's the objective. So from this we can conclude that our evasion is decent but not amazing. Although it was decent enough to get us nicely through that awful binder rescue quest. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. It's always nice to go back on a different build to a quest where you've struggled horribly in the past, like we did in the Halls of Chanticleer. Same deal with the traps. Quan's band. Actually, what do we think to that? Wisdom, concentration for our key bar. That's not terrible, is it? It's better than a level 1 thing of UMD. I'm going to take that. So look at the key thing, 27. When we equip this, is it no change? Hang on. The concentration has gone up, but the key has remained the same. I would have thought... can it only... Oh, I don't know. I would have thought the resting one would be 33 now. Well, I guess we'll see after another quest, eh? Right, I think we're on to the last one. I think we've done them all in sort of a roundabout fashion. So that's the last one. Okay. So nothing attacks you to start with, does it? I think you've just got to run on to the other side. There is an option to negotiate with someone to get them on your side. Can we try and get you? Wisdom? Yeah, we've got wisdom. There we go. So I think he's going to fight with us when we get in here. As soon as we speak to this one, the fight's going to start. Looks like a good spot for a Reaper boost. Nice one. So if he can follow us around, that would be really nice. 65 remnants. We like it. Oh, look at that. Vorpal Densewood Quarterstaff. Is that actually better than what we are currently using. Looks like it, doesn't it? In fact, it looks miles better than what we are currently using. It doesn't have a slot though, does it, for the Ruby of the Snow Peaks? 1.5, 1d6. Oh, never mind, never mind. Let's not mess with it. I'm only not messing with it because next level is our big deal for the weapon side of things. I have no idea how, because I've never done melee builds, but I have managed to secure an elemental bloom quarterstaff, which I'm hoping is going to do the business for us from 7 onwards. Having looked at its profile, I think people must like it for the crit profile it has. I guess that's the reason you like any weapon, right? Could I maybe have tried something with the shuriken back there, I wonder? Let's go for the healing key. Nice job. Oh, I thought he was an opponent. Actually, it would pay me to slow down a bit and wait for him to keep doing a distraction. Although he could class as a kind of a hireling, couldn't he? Oh, okay, Reaper. Let's get stuck into that. Reaper and several red crowns. The Snow Peak thing did a super job for us there, didn't it? Why are you picking up souls, boy? If that red crown could just attack the Minotaur, that would just suit me. Healing key. Did that not work? It seemed to disappear. You have missed your special opportunity. It seemed to disappear in the lag, that healing key. And we're still classed as being in combat.
You may be able to find a path to freedom here on the rooftops.
Oh, who else is shooting us? Somebody from over there. Okay, yeah. Nice one. Are we still classed as in combat? Yeah, I can still hear some missile fire. Ooh! Have I gone the wrong way yet? Yeah, completely the wrong way. Well done. Okay. This lag isn't making it easy. I've gone the wrong way again, haven't I? Okay, now surely we can be out of combat here and get some decent value from our healing potions. Yes, although 35 is a bit pitiful game, that's more like it. Oh, did not mean to fall down there. I've kept the featherfall item off, kind of for a bit of flavour, because I'm enjoying the is it soft fall ability the monk has. Throw a quick healing hands in there. Nice one. Plenty of red crowns in there, but I thought we handled that well. So, all that remains is to just go and check the end reward. See if we can get anything, any nice clickable item or a shuriken maybe. Right now I'll take any shuriken over the mountain of dross that we're carrying at the moment. And I've gone the wrong way again. Okay, there it is. Now if you're unsure as to which quests are part of the chain or who you have to go and see, coming back periodically to this one or starting with this one will guide you around the marketplace. You'll have a flashing tick or something on over the person you're supposed to go to next. As we've done them all, he should just give us a reward option here. What have we got? Heavy mace, camera. Not a great deal there for us, is there? What about the orb? Not terrible, but given that we have the runic trinket, not amazing. I'll take it anyway. Might come in for an early caster. Okay, that about wraps it up. Hope that wasn't too onerous for you. Just a little bit of a change from the norm. I think we showed enough there to show that we're in a reasonably good state. Unless we get really hammered like we did in the troglodyte quest and you throw red crowns and things into the mix, we have enough going on with the healing from the Fists of Light setting the targets to outlast most opponents. And the nice thing about it is the longer a boss fight goes on, the more healing we get, you know, because we still, every time we hit, we get healed. So it's not like if the fight goes on longer, we're going to have trouble with running out of spell points, as some people would, or things like that. So perhaps we can use that to our advantage in future. We just keep generating this extra health from hitting the opponent. Right, I'm not going to waffle on any longer. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you in the next one. The plan is to do the Ire Stone, because that's a part of the Pirates chain, isn't it? And I might go and do what I normally like to do and do the 4 little ones in beneath the depth chain before heading into the Feywild. I think that could be a plan. So we've more or less, I did a couple in the salt marsh, but no more than that. We've more or less missed that completely this time around, and that's fine. Variety is the spice of life. Thanks very much for looking, and I'll see you soon. Take care.